What's good, everybody? So, this past Saturday was UFC 267. Crazy fights. You got Chimaev, Hooker, Glover. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. But the big talk was Chimaev. Looked like a straight monster, straight beast. Got in there, made it quick, got the job done, got the submission. So who is this we're gonna fight next? So people talking about title fight, like number one contender fight. Like, I don't know. I think he might need to fight two more, at least, to fight for the title. Two more, that's minimum. Because right now the guy he beat was ranked 11. So these are the top 10 guys right now. I believe he needs to beat at least two of these guys to fight Usman or whoever wins from Kobe and Usman this Saturday. So, like, Neil called him out. My bad. It's not this is Jeff Neal, not Neil Magny. So Neil Magny has been calling him out. He said, "I want all smokes." He said I could take him to the deep waters and finish him. That's what Magny said. Chiesa just lost the fight. I don't know if he's gonna win it. He did get choked out, so I'm not sure. Masvidal, it's not bad. So to me, I think these guys on this side, I think all these guys on this side are gonna be. They're not on the list of his next fight. I think it's mostly these guys over here. I would say Muhammad is actually not a bad matchup. Not matchup, but like he would be a good next opponent for him. But if you really want to boost up Chimaev, you know what I mean? You might need to get one of these three guys on top. I think if you put Chimaev against Chiesa, Masvidal, or Thompson for his next fight, and he's able to finish them, then the next fight would automatically make him for the title. You know what I mean? For the title, number one spot. If he's able to beat one of these, Thompson, Masvidal, Chiesa, and then he proceeds to beat somebody on the top four over here on this side, and then he's no doubt first. At that moment, you can say he deserves it, you know. But we'll see how it plays out with Kobe and Usman. Cause Chimaev is a problem. Like, people are comparing him to Usman. Like, who's gonna win from them? And it's just crazy because we haven't seen Chimaev go the distance, so we don't know how much he can keep that pace up that he fights at. You know, can he really control you for for the full round? You know what I mean? He faces a tough opponent on the ground. But I think his hype is real. You know, I think he's a monster. He barely got hit in these fights, so I think his next opponent, I think he's gonna finish his next opponent, no matter who it is. They might give him Magny because he's been calling for him. But I think if you wanna build up Chimaev as a superstar, there's two ways to do it. Either you give him the big names, or you give him or you build them up slowly. You give them, these guys and these guys and these guys. You slowly build them up. Or you can give them an Diaz. You give them, give them Masvidal. Give them one of those guys that if he beats them, he's gonna skyrocket him. That's why I think it's like I think they might put. I think Dana might want to put Nate against Chimaev just because I feel like Nate's on his last contract, right? So if Nate's on his last contract, that means that there's a chance that Nate doesn't resign, right? So let's say the UFC is feeling more like Nate isn't gonna resign, right? If they don't think he's gonna resign, they're gonna try to make the biggest fight, whether it's a big fight with Nate or they're gonna try to use Nate to make another superstar. You know what I mean? And since he's on his way out, then they're just gonna use him. You know what I mean? That's what they're gonna try to do. So they're gonna try to build Chimaev off of Nate Diaz. You get me? Because they're hoping that Chimaev could finish Nate, and not many people finish Nate. So that's what I think. That's what the UFC's gonna. I feel like that's what the UFC's gonna try to do, but I don't know if Nate's gonna go for it. You know what I mean? Nate said he's only fighting top 4 guys, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think if I had to guess, I would say it's gonna be either I want to say one of these 6, 7, or 8 guys: Masvidal, Chiesa, or Magny. I'm gonna exclude Masvidal just because he has a fight against Leon. Magny hasn't fought, and Chiesa also hasn't fought. You know, in a little bit. I would say give him to Chiesa, but you know, Chiesa's a broadcast. He's a commentator, whatever. So he might be like, you know what? I don't want no smoke. He tells Dana. Dana's like, don't worry, we won't give him to you, and throw him onto Magny. So I think Magny's gonna be the next opponent, especially since he's calling out for it. So we'll see what happens. But if I had to get if I had to choose, who would I give him? I'd give him Chiesa because he has one spot above Magny. Chiesa's a little more known. You know what I mean? Chiesa has good ground game, but I feel like it would a win over Chiesa, it gives him like a little more credit than versus Magny, you know. So I would say Chiesa's the next fight. But he's a problem. See y'all.